So, drivers for this race. Morning split 2. We've got Crazy, we have Dave, we have Jomas, Kenny, Baggio, Bill, Rat, Awoob, N.A. Cly, and Baz. And we also have Jackery Q as well. Hopefully the rugby's finished and he can make the lobby. So, Crazy is first out the pits here, followed by Jomas, Awoob. Rats is in there as well. Let's see what happens with this first qualifying session. Once again, I'll take you on a lap when we get round towards the first flying lap that Crazy will do. Unless Crazy backs off, of course. So we'll go with a driver who is leading the pack. But the Mini Cooper EcoBoost leading the way here in qualifying at this moment. Remember, any questions, fire away in chat, of course. And if you've got any more or want more information about the championship as well, there is a manual. It's not in the description or anything. I need to get that in there on Twitch. I'm not really set up my Twitch properly yet. There's also a Discord channel, which again is not in Twitch, but I will make sure it's in there before the afternoon race. I see a couple of people going slightly wide there, so pushing the limits already at St Mary's. As we come to Lavant corner. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, to be honest, but I'm going to say Lavant. Oh, I just realised this is Lavant Straight as well. We're using the word Lavant everywhere. But actually, interesting point here. One of the corners on this circuit is called Ford Water. And we are with Crazy. So I will point that out to you when we get to it. Or the section of the circuit at least. As we come to this right-hander of Woodcut. And we're going to jump on board Crazy now. Because Crazy isn't falling back. So Crazy is your lead driver to start the qualifying session here. So the chicane of death. Otherwise known as the chicane. We're going to head towards the start-finish line. We're going to start the lap on the first corner. It's called Magic Corner. Now, you can do this flat, although as I discovered in practice with the video on demand available on Twitch, it's very hard to do. So you may have to lift here. You've got to get it right, as you see there. Crazy lifting slightly, clipping that apex, and it's flat out here. You want to get to 88 miles an hour on the exits, 86, so Crazy needs to open that steering up a little bit more there. Now, as we head down this straight, we're going to get to this place here. This is Ford Water. We're in the home of this Mini Cooper here of Crazy, and it's just flat out at this moment in time. Trying to get a really good line to set up St Mary's here. So you want to cut really tight here, get it turned in, and then use that the tarmac on the right side as your brake marker. Turn into St Mary's, try and maintain a decent speed. A little bit slow there for Crazy through that corner. You want to maintain 79, 80 miles an hour as we head up to this right-hander of Levant corner. You want to brake just around where that white mark is on the ground. Turn in, stay in third gear. Now, this is all about opening the steering up so you don't hit that limiter. See, yeah, Crazy hit the limiter, so that's going to slow him down at this moment in time. Had to change early. That's going to slow him down substantially. And Geometry's right behind Crazy here. You can see that Crazy is moving to the right-hand side, potentially letting off the air. Letting off here. Letting Jomas go here as we continue towards Woodcut. We'll stay on board Crazy, though, as we head towards Woodcut corner. Looking for that 50-meter board. You're going to brake just after the 50-meter board. You're going to turn in. See Jomas. Look at the wiggle on that Mini there. And 70 miles an hour is what you want to stay here through. There we go. We head towards the chicane here for the final time on this lap. And you want to get it turned in. You want to be in third gear here. Get it turned in very nicely. You want to maintain 62, 63 miles an hour on the apex. But we're going to see what Jomas gets as we head towards the start-finish line here. What is Jomas going to get in terms of initial lap time? It's a 141.0. Crazy obviously let off during that lap. And Kenny a 141.4, 141.6, 145.0 for Awoob. Awoob's had a shocker there. 143.1 for Jackery Q. Baz about to cross the line here. 143.1 there. Dave about to cross the line here. This looks like a fast lap. David to P2 there, 141.3. As we go to N.A. Cly here. Oh, he's had a bit of a shocker, and it looks like Baggio Bill is on a lap. Baggio Bill's actually stayed back a little bit here. Going to head towards the line now. How many positions is Baggio Bill going to make? Going to be around the 145 mark, I think. Nope, Baggio Bill's had a bit of a shocker as well, it looks like. So, we're going to the second lap here, and we're going to have a look at the live time. Oh, we jumped to Jomas there. And Jomas has made an error already on the lap, so Jomas is not going to improve anymore. Any purple sectors? Crazy's on a purple sector here. Let's go back with that EcoBoost Mini Cooper. The boost is obviously working very well for Crazy. Round the corner we go. Let's get it off. Let's get the speed going. We don't want to see a limiter hit here. Oh, he's hit the limiter again. Oh, that's unfortunate. Don't want to hit the limiter there. You want to really stretch the car out, stretch the legs out, as we see Crazy now heading towards Woodcut. Once again, we're on a Lavant straight at the moment. It's not really straight. As you can see on the mini-map on the top right side of your screen, we head towards Woodcut now. Looking for that 50-meter board. 5 tenths up, but that's not going to be an improvement. That's not going to be pole position. In there we go. And Crazy looking to get round. Oh, he's off. He's off. It's not going to improve here, surely. It's going to have dirt on his tyres. In there we go. Round he goes. He's pushing the limits of the car. Oh, he's going to slow down as well. Crazy is not going to improve. Oh, Crazy. Oh, what have you done there, mate? Kenny on a lap here, potentially. Looking to get slipstream off Jamas. Does not improve. Just misses out there. So who else is on a lap here? We've improved. Jackery Q improves there into P6. What about Baz here? Baz doesn't improve. Now, further back, that's... who is that? That's Dave. Dave hasn't improved here. Baggio Bill, how are you doing? You've let off here a little bit. Yeah, looks like Baggio Bill not going to improve here, I don't think. So, qualifying, not many improvements on that second lap. So, everyone pushing the absolute limits here. But Jomas is your pole sitter with a 41-0. Followed by Dave, Kenny, Rats, Crazy, Jackriku, Baz, Woob, N.A. Cly, and Baggio Bill. They're your 10 drivers. As we get ready with the racing, lots of flashing lights here. We've got 2 Monte Carlo Rally liveries in here as well. The muddy one is Dave. The non-muddy one is Jackery Q. The Kiwi. As we get ready for some racing. Once again, this silly bug where it doesn't display it for some unknown reason to science. There we go. Let's have a look at how Jomas starts the car here. Some insider information if you're racing later on. So Jomas starts at 3/4. That's slightly different to how I do it. And you can see he stays there as well. And then hits the limiter as he changes gear. Very interesting strategy there. Looks like Baz has had a good start there further back. And then everybody's line astern. Looks like N.A. Clyde's had an absolute shocker of a start there. Already lost a position. But Baz is the one that's had a good start there. As we come into the first corner for the first time. Jomas already trying to get away. Dave under all sorts of pressure from Kenny and Rats in the WD-40 machine. Crazy Jackery Q, Baz, Woob. And then it was Baggio Bill and N.A. Clyde. But Dave lost a position there to Kenny. Rats is trying to follow suit with Kenny here. Going down the inside. Down this Ford Water straight. And look at Kenny, he's got all sorts of momentum on Jomas here. And further back, Crazy as well. Let's jump to that lead battle here. Kenny, Jomas. Jomas pushes hard into that corner, into the braking zone we go. You can see the weight transfer of these minis. And round we go. Jomas keeps our position further back. Crazy is still in P5, P6 there. Nobody has gone to Narnia. That's fantastic racing, guys. Baggio Bill looking to try and get a move done around the outside on a Woob. Not sure that's going to work because it's a right-hander. It's a long one as well. Baz getting all sorts of sideways. And round we go. And if we look towards the lead battle, Dave and Rats fighting there in P3. But Jomas still leading the way here with Kenny in P2. And further back, we've got 3 wide. Let's jump to that 3 wide battle here. It's Baz. It's a Woob. And it's Baggio Bill, I think. Jackery Q's in there as well. There's all sorts happening here as they head towards Woodcut. Baggio Bill pushing a Woob along a little bit here. They're not going to go 4 wide surely into this corner. It doesn't work, guys. 4 wide does not work. 3 wide they're going to try. Baz goes off to Narnia and doesn't get it working, and it's going to fall all the way to the back of the field. Let's jump to Jomas and Kenny. The lead battle here at the moment. P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. How good does that look with the Mini Coopers through there? We go. A little bit of contact further back between N.A. Clay and Baz, and it looks like Jackery Q was off there near the pit wall, but Jomas leading away from Kenny. Kenny very, very close to that bumper of Jomas as they head towards a Madrid corner once again, and into the right hander they go. Remember, you can do this flat if you nail it, but a lot of people are lifting off because it's very hard to nail. As through there we go, and it's Jomas and Kenny and Dave. They're all very close here. Is Kenny going to go for the move? Is he going to wait for later on in the race? Remember, there's all sorts of tactics that can happen here. Line astern, all drivers at this moment in time. Kenny on the outside of Jomas. Jomas going a little bit defensive here as they head towards St. Mary's once again. The right-hander into the left. St. Mary's is the left-hander. And here we go. And it's just line astern. Through there we go. So we'll jump a little bit further back potentially. Oh, that's a lovely camera. We'll keep that. Oh, a little bit of contact there between N.A. Clay and Baz. Kenny looking down the inside of Jomas here. Is he going to get it done? But tries to outbrake Jomas. A little bit of contact there, I think, but pulls out of it there. Jomas keeps our position at this moment in time. But Dave's going to have a really good run on Kenny here, I feel. Around the right-hander they go onto Levant straight. And Dave is right behind Kenny here. This is some fantastic racing further back there. 3 wide. Let's jump to that quickly. 3 wide. Jackery Q, Baggio Bill, and a Woob is in there as well. Here we go. Stobart versus Monte Carlo Rally versus the IGTL machine. And Baz is just trying to get rid of that penalty as well. Smart driving by Baz there into the right-hander of Woodcote we head. And it turns into 2 wide, side-by-side racing. And they all survive. Oh, Jomas is off! Jomas is off! And Kenny brakes to let Jomas back on. Interesting strategy there. Kenny being a bit of a wingman, but Jomas is going to go off again. And Kenny's going to get the lead there from Jomas. Dirty Tyres having an impact. Dave's going to have a run as well as they head towards the final lap now. It's Kenny from Dave. Jomas down into P3. This is dreadful for Jomas's championship hopes here. As Rats is in P4, he's got a lot of cars behind him. A lot of work to make up now. And potentially going to have dirty tyres on the car again. Into Magic Corner we go. Rats trying to get the move done as well on the inside of Jomas. It's all going wrong for Jomas. He's got it completely wrong at Woodcote on the last lap, and he's been absolutely mugged here by absolutely everybody. This is fantastic stuff, but Jomas got a little bit more straight line speed here, trying to keep that position, trying to keep P3, trying to maintain those championship hopes further up ahead. Kenny is leading the way from Dave at this moment in time. Dave looking to try and potentially make moves here on the final lap. It's still side-by-side action with Rats and Jomas. Oh, look at that movement. Look at the movement of those minutes. It looks fantastic. Into the left-hander St. Mary's. Rats is going all over the place. Rats has got a penalty there. That's unfortunate for Rats. And I'm Crazy's got a penalty here as well. It's Crazy, not Rats, with a penalty. So Rats falling down here. Whoop up into P5. A Whoop is coming back from nowhere here. A little bit of drifting there. We're going to have to jump to the battle for the lead, though. It's Kenny versus Dave here in this sprint race. Remember, the feature race is a reverse grid. As we continue on, Jomas is going to be absolutely kicking himself here, making that mistake at Woodcote on the previous lap. But here we go, Dave and Kenny. Could Jomas capitalise here? Kenny trying to keep this position at this moment in time. Goes defensive for Woodcote. That's the best place to be at this moment in time for Kenny. It's very hard to go on the outside of Woodcote. It's a double right-hander. In we go. A little bit of contact there between the two drivers. Oh, Jomas is going to go up into P2 with that little bit of contact. And through they go. Is Jomas looking to get the move done here into the chicane of death? He's not. Round they go. Kenny keeps it. Kenny's going to be a race victor here in the sprint race. It's going to be Kenny from Jomas. And Dave looking to not get mugged by Crazy further back. You can see them flashing away to Crazy P4 with P5, P6 for Rats, P7 for, well, it all went chaos there. Baz just got it there, I think, from Jackery Q, N.A. Klein, and Baggio Bill at the end with that penalty. What a fantastic first race that was. Unbelievable stuff there from the drivers. But Kenny is your race victor there. And bad championship hopes there for Jomas there right at the very end. So we'll just save that replay. My word. So we get ready for this feature race here at the Goodwood circuit. The morning split 2, the final morning race. And we can see Baggio Bill starting on pole, then N.A. Cly, then it's Jackery Q, Baz, Rats, Awoo, Crazy, Dave, Jomas, then Kenny. And I think we're going to go for a slightly different perspective this time. We're going to jump on board Kenny. We're going to actually look at it from this perspective. And we're going to see what happens on this first lap from this perspective. Now, if we see carnage, we'll obviously jump to the TV camera. But I'm very interested to see how the drivers handle it. And I'm assuming you guys will be interested in this as well. So you can see the start there. It looks like Jackery Q's had an absolute atrocious start there. So has N.A. Cly. N.A. Cly going to the right side straight off the bat there. Really struggling with the starts here today, N.A. Cly. And you can see Kenny's had a brilliant start here. Already trying to make moves on Dave here. It's the first corner we go. Magic corner here, and N.A. Clyde staying well out of the way here. A little bit of contact there between Kenny and Dave, and that's going to send Kenny off into Narnia. So we're going to jump towards Jomas now at this moment in time. A little bit of contact there between those two drivers. You see Jomas trying to make moves very quickly here with Crazy here. And you see that line of turn on the left-hand side. Awoob on his own here. Maybe trying to help out Jomas a little bit. And into the right-hander. And this is all flat out. This is Ford Water. As we head towards St. Mary's now. See Jomas trying to make moves here. Trying to get these moves done. Into the right-hander now as we prepare for St. Mary's. You want to brake where this tarmac is, really. Obviously, during the race situation, you have to brake a little bit earlier. See, Jomas getting a little bit of moves there. Pushes Crazy forward here. And it's still Baggio Bill leading the way from Jackery Q at this moment in time. There's a battle bear. Jackery Q going for the inside here. And looking like he's going to get that move done. Baggio Bill gives him plenty of space there on the outside. Jackery Q into the lead there. We can see that in the distance. And Jomas making a move on Crazy here on the right-hander of Levant as we head on to Levant straight now. And up ahead, there's a fight here for the lead between Baz and Jackery Q. We're going to jump to that battle now. As you can see, Jackery Q leading away from Baz. Baggio Bill in there. Rats as well. Jackery Q leading the Kiwi, leading the way here. As we head towards Woodcote Corner for the first time of 9. And Jackery Q needs to get this right to maintain this lead. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Baz and Jackery Q. And going to go off to 9. Oh, this is going to really bunch up the pack here. And I think Baz lets Jackery Q back on there. And through they go. And Jackery Q now keeps that position. They all decide to go rallying as we jump further back. Jomas up into P3 here. Jomas is making moves in this pack. Jomas trying to make up for the sprint race here. And their line astern. And Woob's got a bit of a penalty there. Kenny, Dave, they're still at the back of the pack. And Nikolai right at the back at the moment in time. Fell really to the back on the very first corner. But Rats here, your WD-40 machine. Jomas gets the move done on Baz here. Jomas up to P2 in the lap already. Started in P9 up to P2. Making some fantastic moves there. 3 wide further back. In it, Clyde, Dave and Baggio Bill. And Jackery Q trying to lead the way. But it's going to have Jomas all over his trumpet here. And Jomas already looking to make moves. 101 miles an hour in the Mini. 102. Look at that. You don't see that very often. Mini on the inside here. And Jomas is going to get this done even before St. Mary's. Jomas trying to push this forward into the braking zone of St. Mary's, and Jomas gets the move done. And Jomas going to look to try and push away here. Jackery Q potentially going to try and follow further back. We've got Kenny trying to make moves on Baz there. It looks like Kenny's got it done now, up into P4. And I'm Crazy falling back a little bit here is I'm Crazy. That eco boost not working very well at this moment in time. We're very close as well as they leave Levant corner and head on to Levant straight. And you can see there, oh, Rats is making a move on Jackery Q. Side by side as the left Levant corner. So I'm assuming Jackery Q's hit the limiter at some point there. And Rats is looking to get the move done in that WD-40 machine. And Jomas there on the left hand side. Which Rats going to try and go for the double move. That'll be very, very brave. And doesn't do that there. So Jackery Q on the outside. That's going to push him up. Kenny in P4. Going to jump to P3. I think they're going to be side by side for the chicane. And Kenny lets him in. Some good smart driving here, side by side in the chicane is not the best place to be, and Kenny decides that is so, and lets Jackery Q back in. So Jackery Q keeps P3 at this moment in time. Further back we have Baz, Crazy there, still side by side. Crazy on the inside for Madrick corner here. Going to get this done straight off the bat here, surely. It's a long, long right-hander, and you can see Crazy gets it done. Lovely bit of driving there between these guys. They left each other space. Jackery Q runs a little bit wide there. Kenny up into P3. Dave still at the back of the pack here. P9. Going to have to make a lot of moves here to catch up. But as we jump to Jomas there, 8 attempts. The gap. Oh, P5. What's happening here? Jackery Q. Oh, Jackery Q. A little bit of a bump. I think that's a little bit of lag there that's happened because Baz basically just launched Jackery Q into supersonic speeds there, but it's going to have a little bit of dirt on tyre. Jackery Q going to have to slow down quite a lot for St. Mary's here, and does that. Going to run wide all the same anyway, and Jackery Q goes off. Jackery Q showing the rallying heritage of that Mini there, and comes back on circuit very safely there as well. Jackery Q. There was a lot of penalties given or incidents given for bad entries to the circuit, so Jackery Q showing how it's done there. So you can see now Kenny up into P2, Kenny chasing down Jomas, Kenny after those maximum points. I'll see what happens there later on. So we've got Rats in P3, Rats in P3, Crazy in P4. I can't get my words out today. Dave now up to P5. Dave is finally making some moves here, trying to catch up to those lead drivers, with Baz very close to Dave there as well. Jackery Q, oh, there's all sorts of fighting going on further back here. Awoob, Jackery Q, Baggio Bill, they all survive a woodcut there. And round they go. Oh, a little bit on the grass here. That's going to affect them for the chicane. They're going to have dirt on their tyres. Through they go. And you can see the dirt on the tyres does have an impact. Kenny and Jomas are checking out here. P3, Crazy. Not sure what happened to Rats in all of that. I'm missing some of the action here. Apologies, guys. It's all sorts happening all over the place here. So just try to keep with it. So P4 is going to be where your battle is at the moment. I think the leaders are not close enough at this time. You can see that in the distance there. Rats, Baz, Dave. Dave's dropped down a little bit here as well. So that's obviously something to do with the chicane. As you can see there, side by side, Baggio Bill and Jackery Q further back there. A little bit of contact here, there, and everywhere, guys. Make sure you use the radar as they come down Ford Water straight now, or Ford Water, the section of track that it's called. It's not a straight. There's a lot of tight right-handers. And Jackery Q off again. There must be a little bit of lag happening there between those drivers for that to happen. As we come, remember, we are global with this championship. We are global. Into the left-hander we go, and Rats, Baz, they're all in there here, and I think the leaders are getting quite close. Let's jump further back here. Dave and Awoob, a little bit of contact there into Levant corner, but Awoob stays in P6 for the moment. Dave now down to P7, and there's some side-by-side action going on here as well. You can see in the distance, Jomas and Kenny, they've still got a small gap between them. P3 is miles off, and that is crazy. But it's N.A. Clyde, it's Jackery Q, it's Baggio Bill, they're all side by side. This is what Boost does, it brings everybody together a little bit here. As we head towards Woodcut corner once again. Side-by-side action here. Badger Bill on the inside of Dave. Oh, Badger Bill taking a penalty there on the apex. So Jackery Q gets that position, goes through him. Invisibility cloak. Jackery Q backs out of it there. Look, a lot of smart driving going on here. Line of stern through the chicane. Brilliant, brilliant smart driving by everybody there. But the battle for the lead is about to begin here. It's Jomas versus Kenny. Battle for P1. And Kenny looking for maximum points. Jomas looking to redeem himself after the sprint race mistake. And you can see side-by-side action. Kenny's going to try and get the move done on the inside. A little bit of slipstream helping there with Kenny to get side-by-side. It's 39,000th of a second. Jomas going to have to run a little bit more here. Kenny flashes Jomas. Oh, Kenny flashes the stream at least there, I think, actually. Look at this, side-by-side. Kenny's got the inside. Jomas is on the outside here. It's changing. It's constant changing here. Oh, a little bit of contact here. Oh, they're going to have to be careful. And Kenny into the right hand. There we go. But Jomas going to have the inside for St. Mary's into the braking zone. We go. They're still side by side here. This is fantastic racing. A little bit of contact. But they still survive. So Jomas keeps that for now further back. We've got all sorts of action further back as well. Badger Bill and Dave's gone backwards here. Not sure what's happening to Dave. Jackery Q back up to P6 and Whoop's gone back down to P10. Not sure what's happened there. Let's jump back to that lead battle now. Jomas and Kenny. There are 1.5 attempts splitting these two drivers. We will see you later, Monte. And we continue on now towards Woodcourt. Once again, it's Jomas versus Kenny. The battle for the lead. The battle for the 40 points. 40 points on offer here for these two drivers. Kenny getting down the inside of Jomas now. This is some fantastic racing as they head towards Woodcourt. Is anyone going to back out? They're going to try to go side by side into Woodcourt. Let's find out. Oh, Jomas backs out of it there. Kenny goes with a full lunge. Gets it stopped. Gets it done. Through Kenny goes. Crazy's about to go to Narnia here. Crazy's going to run off. That's going to bring Rats into play for that P3 position. Into the chicane they go. And Crazy tries to maintain a little bit onto the grass. Crazy goes. Rats is going to be all over the back of Crazy towards the end of that. There's a few off in the background as well. As they start lap number 6, 4 laps to go here. And Kenny and Jomas, they're fighting for that P1 position. Into Magic Corner we go. And Kenny leading that way so far. 2 attempts, but Jomas is going to have to slipstream down the straight as we head towards Ford Water. Oh, Crazy's off again. That's Rats up into P3. Crazy, not realising the dirt on the tyres might get mugged a bit further back by Baz and everybody else. Let's find out. Let's have a look at that gap. It's 4 attempts. It's 2 attempts. Crazy's about to get mugged by everybody here. Baz, Dave, everybody's going to file through here. Crazy down to P6. Potentially down to P7 when Jackery Q goes through as well. Let's find out. Into the right-hander we go. They're going to be side by side. He does indeed. Jackery Q up into P6. And Baz in P4, Dave P5, the 2 Monte Carlo rally cars, they're basically teammates in this race, and Dave up into P4, Baz down to P5 now. Dave managed to come back up, dropped way off, and Crazy under all sorts of pressure from a Whoop in the background, and the Whoop on the inside of Crazy. Crazy's dropped from P3 to P8 in the space of a lap with the mistake at Woodcourt. Exactly what happened to Jomas. Badger Bill now up there. Crazy down to P9. Let's jump to your lead battle here. Kenny and Jomas, 1.5 attempts separates these drivers. As we continue now towards Woodcourt. What is going to happen here between these two drivers? Any lunges? Line astern for now. Into Woodcourt they go. Any mistakes? Not by these drivers. They're taking it easy through there. We go to P3 now. Rats, Dave, Baz. Baz getting all sorts of sideways there. Baz off into Narnia a little bit here. Into the chicane we go. Jackery Q thinks about it. Thinks better of it in the chicane. Oh, Baz hits the chicane there on the left. That's Jackery Q up into P5. That's a Whoop into P6. And is that going to be Crazy into P7? It is indeed. And Baz looking to not get mugged by anybody else. But Badger Bill says, I'll have that. Thanks, mate. Into P8, Badger Bill's about to go. Into Magic Corner they go as well. And Badger Bill gets that done. What a move by Badger Bill. Right, let's have a look at the lead battle once again. Ooh, the gap has stretched here a little bit. 6 attempts, Kenny breaking away here. As let's jump to our P3 battle then. Rats and Dave here. They're breaking away from Jackery Q a bit further back. As we go down Ford Water straight here. And into the section of right-handers. We set ourselves up for St. Mary's once again. Dave all over the back of Rats. We're going to be 2 by 2 a bit further back. We may jump to that in a second. Oh, Rats is on the grass a little bit. That's not going to help at all. Too wide. Here we go. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Crazy and Baz. There was room there. Just a little bit of contact. And these minis do bounce. And Baz dropped down to P10 as well. Oh, where did Badger Bill come from? My word. Where did Badger Bill come from? That was ridiculous. Oh, but Badger Bill just reappears out of nowhere. As we continue on, let's jump to the lead battle once again. Kenny and Jomas is back down to 1/10 of a second. And Kenny goes defensive a little bit for Woodcourt. As we continue on, that's made me giggle like that. Just randomly. Into the woodcut we go, and Kenny and Thomas. Now that's something you need to clip, guys. That is something you need to clip. That's what Twitch is there for. But Kenny leading the way so far from Thomas as we jump to the P3 battle. Dave, Rats, Jackie, Q, they're all in there. Into the chicane we go. Any mistake here is big. We've seen that already. Oh, that was Rats making a mistake. Rats has made a huge mistake in the chicane, and Rats is going to go all the way to the back of the field. We just saw that briefly, and Rats is going to go all the way to the back of the field. We'll try and get another view of that at some point. But Badger Bill and NA Clyde trying to go around the outside of Rats. Rats going to have to be careful of dirty tyres here, and Rats goes all the way to the back. I don't know where NA Clyde's got. Where else NA Clyde? Oh, is he in the grass? Oh, that's unfortunate there. Let's jump back to your lead battle here. Kenny and Jomas, they're still fighting. We're on the penultimate lap here. So the second to last time on Ford Water in this morning split 2 is Kenny from Jomas at this moment in time. Is Jomas playing a waiting game here? Are there some strategies being played out here where Jomas is waiting till the last lap to make the move? I'm not sure. We will find out later on. Let's jump to your P3 battle here. Dave, Jackery Q now. The Monte Carlo twins here. One's money, one's clean. Which one do you want? As we head towards Lavant corner. Once again, we've got a bit of a penalty there. You need to take that before the end of the race, otherwise it'll apply a 1 second penalty. And then further back, we've got side-by-side action. But Dave trying to defend from Jackery Q here. Monte Carlo Rally Minis really going for it. Oh, we've got a fight for the lead here. Jomas is overtaking Kenny for the lead, leaving Lavant corner onto Lavant straight. Jomas is literally taking the lead now. So Jomas trying to keep it for the last lap. Kenny looking down the inside here for Woodcut. Is he going to get it done? He breaks late. They both break late. They both go side by side through Woodcut. Are they going to survive it? Oh, brilliant racing here from these two. Kenny into the lead. Kenny backs out of it for the chicane. No, they don't. They go side by side. A little bit of contact here, but they survive the chicane there. And Kenny's got a little bit of a run on Jomas here. They head on to the last lap. Let's quickly look here. Jackery Q up into P3 with a penalty there. Dave now takes that back as we come on to the last lap for this morning split 2 in the feature race. Let's jump back to your lead battle. Jomas in the lead so far from Kenny as they head into Magic Corner for one last time here. It's Kenny and Jomas fighting for this lead, fighting for this 40 points. Jomas wants redemption from the sprint race. Kenny wants the full max points to jump him up in the championship. Let's find out what happens. As you see, Jomas and Kenny. Jomas goes defensive. Kenny's trying to go around the outside. That's not going to really work here. Surely not. But Kenny's got the momentum here. Look at that gap coming down here. 73,000, 71,000. But Jomas is on the inside here. Jomas is keeping the inside. A little bit of contact here, there, and everywhere. As we continue in to the right-hander. We break for St. Mary's. They're still side by side. And the line astern there. And Dave and Jackery Q, the Monte Carlo. Oh, a little bit of contact, but they continue on through Awubi in P5 again. I'm not sure how Awubi ends up in P5 sometimes because he fights to the back and at the end he ends up in P5. I'm not sure how that works, but we continue on. Jomas and Kenny side by side here. Oh, this is going to be a fight towards the line. Lavant straight. Here we go. Kenny versus Jomas. And Kenny's got the momentum here. Look at that gap coming down. It's 2,000ths of a second. Oh, it's 10. It's, oh my word, 100th of a second. Oh, it's changing. It's changing. It's changing. Oh, this is going to be mighty, mighty close as they head towards Woodcut for one last time. It's 400ths of a second separated in 38,000ths, however you want to call this. Into the braking zone we go. They dive on the brakes. They're still side by side. Kenny's on the inside at Woodcut. Kenny gets the move done. Kenny's in the lead for the chicane. Kenny's in the lead. Jomas gets the run surely here as they come into the chicane here. Oh, it's better. Jomas has hit the barrier. Oh, Kenny's going to get this. Kenny's going to get it, but Jomas has got the run here. Jomas has got the run towards the line. This is going to be ridiculously close. Jomas is going to get it. Jomas has got it. Jomas has got it just, oh my word. David P3 and we're P4. Oh, we've got penalties. It drops down here. Jackery Q has dropped down all the way there. But oh my word, on the line, Jomas gets it. Oh my word, what a victory for Jomas. That was unbelievable. I can't believe that happened. Wow. Jomas with the redemption on the last corner on the straight. Oh my word. What a finish. Oh, what a finish. That was mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. But your provisional race results, before any penalty applied, I don't see any penalty being applied to the first two. That was just fantastic racing. But we have Jomas from Kenny 24 thousandths of a second separates those drivers. So no max points for anybody. They finished the opposite way around in the sprint race. There is your feature race results. We then have Dave in P3, Crazy in P4. So Crazy having a little bit of a dint there to his championship hopes. Kenny's outscoring Crazy here. That could have impact in the championship. Awib in P5, Jackery Q in P6. Not sure what happened to Jackery Q at the end of that lap. Maybe taking the penalty to get rid of it. P7 for Baz, P8 for Rats, P9 for NA Clyde, and P10 for Baggio Bill. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's the kind of racing we want to see. Fantastic. All the way to the line there. Really well played by these drivers.